Spiritual Psychics TV is hosting the first annual recognition of achievements, acknowledging those who dedicate their lives to a spiritual act of kindness. Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together.
Hello everybody, and welcome to tonight's mediumship. My name is Paul Lashbrook, and I'll be your medium for tonight. So hopefully we're going to be able to connect to spirit and see who connects with us, and give you a bit of their lives, a bit of our lives, and see how we go. So good evening. Just looking to see who's joining us tonight. Hi Natalie, how are you? And nice to see you. Jenny, hello Jenny. Patrick Monahan, friend of mine Patrick, nice to meet you. Debbie, hi Debbie, nice to see you. Fiona Rawson, nice to meet you. Marissa Serafino from California, that's amazing. We were just talking about America just now. So that's interesting. Joy Howell, how are you, Joy? Eileen Clark. Hi, Eileen. Arlene. Nice to meet you. Rose Dennis. Hello, Rose. Millie B. Hi, everybody. That's very nice of you. It's nice when we all kind of get together. It's almost like a little gang of people, which is nice. And we all kind of meet up online. Nick Rawson. Hello, Nick. Lynn Marie from Sheffield. Hi, Lynn. Tony Wright. Good evening. Love, light, and blessings. That's lovely. Thank you very much. So I'm going to just start. Jenny, I want to talk to Jenny, the second person that came up online. First of all, I had as soon as your name came up, the back of my left ankle, the back of my foot rather, started aching quite badly. So I want to come to you with that, and I feel like I've got a problem with my feet here, and I want to come to you with this physically yourself. So if it's Jenny I want to speak to, I want to talk about your left leg. Hi, Jenny. And this is like, as soon as I saw your name come up, it was like my ankle started hurting, and then it went down to the back of my foot, almost like I've got a real problem with my left foot. And then it went into my right foot with my toes, and I feel like there's a little bit of arthritis here, but it's also felt like there was something problem with the back of my heel, you know, on my left leg. So that's what I want to talk about, Jenny. But as I'm kind of talking to you, I've got a kind of tingling going on in my left ear, and I want to go to to your sorry, my right ear, and I want to go to your father's side of the family. And I would have had somebody there who had a problem with their neck. They can't turn their neck properly. I got a man that's coming, so it's either your father or your grandfather, and I want to talk to you about them. There's a thing where this a tension like in his back, and this like as he kind of had this tension in his back, it made him feel quite tired and a little bit washed out really, but also I feel like he kind of couldn't spin his neck around that much, and it was like a tightness there, just right here, going into the back of my neck. So that's how he's connecting to me. But there's a thing where I feel with him and you that there's these aches and they come, and as you get them, there's just like, not again. There's that kind of thing. It's a recurring thing that comes, and it kind of tires you out, but also makes you feel, a little bit, fed up, to say the least, really. But it's almost like when it comes, it's a recurring thing, and I want to say that really. With your dad especially, but I feel it with your leg as well. But also I want to come to your leg in a second about something else. But your dad is, as he's coming to me, he's making me feel really quite, I don't know, I'm kind of feel not uncomfortable, but not in the right place. I don't feel like it's a bit fidgety. And the reason why he's showing me in this, or kind of giving me this feeling, is that he's wants to talk to you about where you are and how things are going for you. And he's making me feel that, you too are a bit fidgety at the moment, and a bit, I don't really know really what's going on for me, and this the foot thing and this fidgetiness is the feeling really for me to show me that in a sense that you're kind of stuck in a place, as I'm kind of like tuning into you. I've got a lovely kind of um, lime color around, and it's a lovely lime color. And this is about your heart chakra, that's so I want to go to there. And this is how you feel about things. And the reason why it's lime, it's, that zest thing. Lime is always like an uplifting thing. It's something that you smell and automatically invades you and lifts you up. And this is what he's kind of bringing for you. He wants to kind of lift you up and give you a bit more zest for life and kind of spark you up a bit, because I feel everything is kind of like dumbed down at the moment, and I don't want that. And I also feel like there's a feeling where I'm stuck in a place now. I really want to step forward and move on, but something in me, this is you, something in me is like stopping me. It's almost like I'm kind of my worst enemy as far as that's concerned. When I want to move on, it's like, I can talk myself out of anything, but I can't talk myself into doing something. And it's almost like I want to talk myself into doing something. I want to kind of get going and get moving on, and that's how it is. But there's something in you at the moment which is quite reticent and holding back. Your father was somebody who was like, when he got in his mind what he wanted to do, he would just go ahead and do it, and this is the thing about him. He kind of was kind of good at that, but also I think he was good at pushing people on. I think he was good at pushing you on, making you think, well, you're saying the things you want to say, Jenny, but time to do them. And I think this is what he's kind of saying in life, and what he's saying now really, and it wants you to move on. That pain in my ankle is gone, and what it felt like to me was like really hard skin. When you got really hard skin and you kind of like get one of those little cheese grater things, not a real cheese grater, but a little foot grater, and then you kind of free that up, and it's almost like taking a layer off, and then then suddenly the pain's gone and your feet feels good. There's a thing I always do when I had that feeling in my feet, is that I'd get some brown sugar and some oil, and I'd kind of rub it in, and as I was rubbing it in, it would kind of like make me think about things, and it's like, because your feet have got a chakra in it, sometimes that unblocks that chakra and sometimes that lifts it up. So I'm just saying, one of those things that we do. But for me, that's for me, not, I'm not telling you what to do, but one of the things I feel about that is, the act of grating it off, or kind of removing a layer. It's almost like I want to remove a layer from you, You know, I want to remove a protective layer in a sense, because I feel that you've protected yourself and protected yourself, and then sometimes we can't take a chance. Then you know, we can't just be kind of go with it. You know, but I feel like I really want to go with it and like start something new with you. You know, so that's how it is with me. Your dad, I've got him coming quite close to me in a sense, and he's shown me himself when he had darker hair. So I kind of seeing him as like in his 40s and 50s. That's not when he passed, by the way, or anything like that. But it's like when he felt like he was in a good place, and he showed me that time of being in a good place, and he showed me that time with you, and it's like there was a lovely relationship with him and you, and there was a feeling of like a father-daughter relationship, obviously, but there's a feeling of a kind of jointedness with you, you know, that you kind of shared things, you know, like we're bound together in a sense. And he showed me that carries on, that binding together is carried on while he's in spirit. So that's a nice thing for you. um he's he's kind of shown me in a sense where I feel that he's clean shaven, and he's like showing me a nice clean face, and this is about this clarity of him, you know, and thinking about how he looked and how he was, you know. And there's a kind of thing where he's kind of saying that, you know, to get ready to do something, it's you know, he'd make sure he shaved himself right and make sure he cleaned his teeth and everything was looking good, and he'd kind of smarten up, and then he was like, right, I'm ready to go and do something now. And he showed me in that sense when he was like in that time of his life. So he showed me that he kind of got himself together to do things, and he was kind of quite a smart man when he wanted to be. And he's kind of doing that for you. He's kind of doing this kind of making himself look good, making himself look ready. And this is one of the things that is coming to you about. He's not talking about anything sad, not talking about anything like, you know, maudling or anything like that. In a way, he comes with a lot of happiness, you know. And his kind of natural place was to be quite a happy man, really. And that happy times that he spent with you. So that's it. I feel there's also like as I'm sort of talking to him, there's a digestive thing that he's got, you know, that he would have had as well. But I also feel like his knee upwards on his left leg was very painful. As he's kind of sitting with me, I can feel that pain in his legs as well. So he had a bit of a hard time really as well, health wise, and he had these aches. And it's funny really because it's the same leg as you, so it's almost like you share something there. It's almost like that's a kind of what they say bridging, you know, where you kind of you've got a bridge with each other about how you feel. Maybe he feels the things that you feel. He's kind of like with that. I do feel, Jenny, that he just wants you to make a decision about something and move with it. And he's kind of showing me that he's all dressed up, ready to go with you. And so I think that it's a serious move. You know, it's seriously, it's thinking seriously about it. It's not just a whim or anything like that. He wants you to make a good decision. So let's talk about that. So I think that's where he wants to go with it. It has been handed down. It often happens, you know, that your health has been handed down. Jenny, I'm going to leave you because I want to get through some people tonight. But know that your dad is with you, but also know that he feels your pains and the things around you. You know that things are going on, and he's taking a real interest in it, and he's asking you really to kind of put on your best face and go forward, and that's really what he wants to do. I know it's kind of a nice little uplifting message, and that's really how he is. He's quite bringing it in a very kind, simple way. So God bless you, and it's nice that I feel this lovely character of him, and he's coming to you in a very kind way. So God bless you. I want to talk to Joy. I've written some of the names down, and I'm just scanning the names as I'm sat here, just going down to see where I want to go. But I want to go to somebody called Joy. That came in earlier on. And with Joy, I kind of got a problem with my right eye. It's almost like got inside, right inside this corner here. It's almost like a itchiness. It's not like conjunctivitis or anything. It's just like you know that thing where sometimes you just wake up with a lazy eye in the morning, and it just can't clear it out, and it just feels like that. I feel a little bit sleepy there. Yeah, just yawning. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to Joy with some tired issue. I feel tired. Joy, you're not tired. You're not falling asleep up here. It's very, very itchy. Yeah, very itchy. It's funny because that's how I'm connecting with you. It's my first feeling about it. But Joy, also want to go to your back, and there's like the back where your lungs are. It's almost like there's a heaviness there, and I do feel that there's a real tiredness about you. I want to just talk about that tiredness because I just feel a little bit drained as I'm bringing you into my mind. And the eye is like it's just a symptom of that, really. It just feels like a tired eye, quite itchy, and my back is just. I feel like I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders there. It feels quite hard, like quite hard, really. And I want to say that to you. There's a feeling really that you're struggling a bit, my love, and it's almost like as I'm kind of going through with you, it feels like there's not just like what's happening now or happened a few months ago or anything, but there's like a period of time, quite a long time, where you've taken everybody's troubles and they're kind of weighing down on you. Or, there's something about that. I want to go to your grandmother on your father's side, your paternal grandmother, or yeah, paternal grandmother. I want to go there. And as I go there, I've got this lovely lady with me, and she's making me feel I feel like I've got a real strength of a woman with me, you know, and I feel like somebody who kind of watched. She's a watcher. She's watching what goes on, not just in the family. She's a good watcher, really. She's about as nosy as me, I think. But as I feel like, no, I don't mean that. She's like a watcher. She's a watcher. And what all watchers do is they kind of like keep an eye out for everybody, and keep looking and looking and looking. And this, oh, you never met her. It's a shame. It doesn't matter. We can still work with her because she knows you and she's part of your life, in a sense. And so I kind of got this like real strength of a woman with me, but she's what I call a watcher. And in life, in spirit, she's still watching. She watches out for lots of things. And there's a thing where you know she's keeping an eye out for you, you know. And I, it's with this is always difficult to me when I'm kind of when I can't see somebody's face. It's just like because I want to say that her eyes. I mean, I can't see your eyes, but I'm asking her in my mind what are the similarities are with your father's side of the family, and the eyes are very like that. It's almost she's saying like Irish eyes are smiling. I don't know whether she was Irish or whether it's just something she's like singing to me. She's singing it to me when Irish eyes are smiling. And she's like singing that, and as I'm looking at that, I've got a lovely kind of greeny eyes, lovely light green, bluey eyes, and they're smiling at me. So she's showing me herself in a sense. But I want to come to you with the same color eyes, or same kind of look, really. And you got dark brown eyes. Oh, well, I want to go to this because the green is like I've got in my mind a lot of Irish things in my mind, so I'm going to go with that because there must be some kind of link there. Because I also know the girl with the green eyes, and that's a book, and also I know that Irish eyes are smiling, and she's like singing that to me. So I kind of feel like that I want to come to you with that. The eyes are important. They kind of they open us up to the world, and it's if we look at somebody and we've we kind of look at their eyes, we know if somebody's truthful, we know if somebody's like, a bit sly. We know just by looking at them, and we can feel that, it's like your grandmother is like talking to me about these things, about trust issues, and about how you can be right about somebody, or you can be when your one of my sisters had beautiful Irish eyes. Well, that's lovely. Well, that's lovely. If she's not here, she's passed now. Oh, that's interesting, because maybe your grandmother is bringing her into the equation, so, or bringing her through that kind of thing. But I do feel like this singing around, because I hear a lovely singing voice singing when Irish eyes are smiling, and also I've got like this thing about the stories from the Girl with the Green Eyes, which is Edna O'Brien book, by the way. But it's like it's a lovely story about youthfulness and about learning, about being a little bit mad. In fact, I named my cat after one of the characters in it, Baba, who was the naughtiest one. So, in a funny way. That's it. Oh, I'm going down memory lane myself now. But I'm going to talk about these two women then. If it's two women that I've got, I want to talk about them. And I feel like with your grandmother, she's looking, and she's giving me a feeling really that I need to bring some trust around you. I need you to realize that sometimes you're absolutely right about people. You can look at somebody and know their life and know what they're up to, and you're absolutely right. And she's telling me now that something's going on about this kind of thing, and she wants you to know that you're absolutely right about what you're thinking about somebody, and whether it's a trust issue or not. But she said, what's the first thought in your mind is the right one, and you should, go with that really. I can suss folk out. Well, you got this from your grandmother, because she certainly can. But the younger one, this is like your sister, if your sister's here. I feel there was a little bit of, you know, that she lived a good life. She lived her own life, and in a sense where I kind of feel that she was somebody like on a mission to cram a bit of life in. And so that's how I feel about her. And I like that. There's dancing and singing, and I feel there's a real zest for life. And sometimes when we kind of get older, we forget the people we were. We forget, I mean, we were talking earlier on about Manchester when I was younger, and how I used to love going out dancing and everything. And I'd break the floor now if I were doing my dancing now, because I'm a different person altogether. But it was like looking back. Oh, she was lovely. I lost 7 sisters. Oh my God, 7 sisters she lost. That's terrible. But Joy, I'm not going to. I haven't got them all here, obviously, but I have got the main person I have is your grandmother, and this is what. And I know you don't know her, but there's a feeling with the two women that I've got that they want you to start trusting what you're thinking and what you're feeling about people, and also they want you to kind of step out a bit more. They want to put a nice pair of shoes on and go out. This shoes are important to your sister, because she's like putting on her dancing shoes almost. And I want to do that. I want you to go and kind of feel that life is to be lived. A lot of spirit people come back, and one of the things that they talk to us about is about letting ourselves go and do things that, do a little bit of crazy things, because that's where, what we should be doing. We should be living life, and not thinking about everything else. You've become a bit isolated. Well, this is part of the parcel of what they're talking about. But I feel there's people around you, and I feel like there's somebody around that wants to take you out and wants to take you dancing, or wants to take you to a place where there's noise and there's people dancing, or there's people around, because that's what I need. I need to be around people. I need to be amongst the living. There's a gloominess around you, and there's a dwelling on the past and are dwelling on where you are and what you're thinking. And I think that needs to be let go a bit, really. And you need to just be, just go out and live life. Live life, because life is the most important thing. Because when you're a twin, oh, it's terrible when you have a big family. My dad was one of 18. He had one set of triplets and three sets of twins. My dad was a twin. I was a twin, but my twin died at birth. And so there was like, I feel a similarity between us, really, because there's an Irish side to me that I don't really know. And there's a feeling there that, in a sense, what I'm feeling about all of the things I'm talking about, it's important that we live life, not for just for ourselves, but because in the spirit world, they quite often want us to get out and to live our own lives, and it's really what they want you to do. I think that this heaviness, I need to let go of it. This weight on my shoulder, it needs to let go. You need to sort of think about things and kind of clear things out and let things go, really, because there's no point carrying all that forever. And that's the thing. My eye has stopped itching now, so I feel there's an emotional connection to you. It's your eye and this happiness. So once we let all that go, our whole emotion will lift. Our way of being will lift. And I feel they just keep giving me these dancing shoes, and I can't reiterate it enough. It's almost like I really want to take you dancing and just let yourself go and enjoy yourself. Because these people that your family in the spirit world, they would have loved to get together with you. They would love to see you be happy. And that's why they've come. They've come to tell you to let go of all this heaviness. And you can't dance. It doesn't matter if you can dance or not. I don't care. I just think if you want to go out and make an absolute fool of yourself, they'll all be behind you, because that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter you can't dance. It's the act of just going out and being part of something. And so that's what it is. You can't be gloomy and dance. You can only be happy and dance. And that the tiredness that would come from that is much better than the tiredness that you feel with all this weight on your shoulders. So that's what they say. So put on your best shoes and go dancing, and maybe think of your family, and think of how they would be with you, cheering you on and being part of your life, like they are anyway. They're still with you in spirit as they are in life. So God bless you, Joy, and I hope that you can let go of this heaviness, because I think it's best for you, really. And I just feel quite alive, and now I've said that. I'm just, as I'm going, I'm giving you, I've got a lemon cake I want to give you. It's like a lemon drizzle cake. I don't really like lemon drizzle cake because I don't like that kind of over sweetness, but they're just giving to you this lovely lemon drizzle cake. And this is from these ladies, and they're just giving you that as a bit of sweetness, but also it's that sharpness that's in it. They want you to be sweet and still keep that little bit of sharpness in your life, and just keep your eye out and let go of everything and have a good time, because that's what they want you to do. So God bless you, Joy. Thanks for being with me. That's nice. I want to talk to Rose. Rose. A rose by any other name, still a rose. I love that. I've always liked that. It's like you are, and that's it. So let's speak to Rose, if I can. And as I'm kind of thinking about Rose, as I'm thinking about that name, I kind of feel like I've got to sit up straight. I've got somebody with me, and it's somebody on the mother's side of the family, and this lady that I've got. It's Rose there because I want to connect with her. Oh, she's taking. Oh, she's making me sit up. Rose, are you still here? Oh, not. Well, I could always come back to Rose, but I'm going to just say what I've got here because I've got a lady with me and she's making me sit right up and she's making me feel like I need to be like sat straight, and she's the kind of person that wants to do that. So if Rose comes back, I'll try and get this lady back, but I'm going to have to let her go if Rose isn't there. And then I think I want to go to Tony Wright. Is it Tony Wright? I can't read my own writing. Tony. Toni. Tony Wright. Lovely communication. Hi, Tony. I hope. Oh, you're there. That's lovely. Tony, has that kind of come to you as I was like tuning out of something and tuning into something? I've got a little bit of pain that's come in the back of my head here and gone down into my shoulders, and I feel this is you rather than me. And well, I'm feeling it from you, but I feel this is like a tension in the back of my head going down my back, and I feel as I've got it, it's kind of building up. It's like a pain that comes and like that. But I want to go to your father's side of the family. It's all father's side of the family tonight, really. It's a bit strange. I want to go to your father's side of the family. I want to go to a lady there, and I want to go to a lady who either an aunt really rather than she doesn't feel like a grandmother or anything like that, but she feels like an aunt that I want to go to. And these people on your father's side of the family they're quite wiggly. As they come into me, they're making me feel, I don't know whether there's quite a few of them there, but I feel like there's a gathering of people that I've got. This more. Oh, you've had scans for it. Oh, it's sad, but I just want to say, like, as I was feeling it, it did feel quite strong. But anyway, I've still got it with me and going down here, and it's all quite hot. But I've got a group of people with me from your father's side of the family, and they're quite wiggly, and that means to say they're like quite excited. They're excited to communicate with you tonight, and I feel, Tony, that my ear, my left ear, is tickling like mad, and I just want to come to you with that. And this tickling and wiggliness is a funny thing where I feel like sometimes spirit try to come to you, and you're kind of aware of them, but you're not able to sort of like tune into them. It's almost like that. But I just feel like there's times where you feel like there's a number of people around you, and a number of people that gather around you, and they're gathering around you particularly at the moment. And I would say that that you're either hearing things or you've got a kind of closeness in your ear. When I say closeness, it's like if you cover your hand over your ear like a short way like that, it's almost you feel like a closeness there, and that's the closeness that I feel how spirit is coming to you. So I know that they come to you, and they're around you. As I kind of like tune in with you, didn't know my dad or his family. Oh, another one. That's unbelievable. But anyway, there are people there, and they're trying to get in touch with you. They're trying to come around you, and I feel like that they're physically trying to contact you directly. And how they do that is to kind of like try to talk to you directly. And so I feel that there's a place, in my house, your house, where there's like as I'm sat quietly, there's a feeling of people around me, or whether when you wake up in the morning, that before you fully awake, that you feel that you dream about a group of people, but I feel this group of people are, full of interest in your life, and see what's going on for you. This I want to talk to you about like a nose blockage. I don't know why, but there's a sinus problem that you've got, and that relates to that side of the family. And as I kind of like tuning into that, I just feel like every now and then, like you get quite blocked in the nose, and this is like a trait that's come. Doesn't happen on your mum's side, but it's on your father's side of the family, and it's like that's a trait of theirs that's come to you. And so there's a feeling of connection. There's a feeling that they're with you, and they're part of you, and there's part of your kind of makeup in a sense that it's very close to theirs, and that's the way it is really. So even though we don't know them, we still carry traits of them, and still carry things about them. I understand that you're going through this thing with what we're talking about, the head and the back, but I don't I want to leave that for a minute because I don't want to sort of focus on that for you. I want to talk about something else really, and I want to talk about how you are, with life and everything. And I feel very comfortable and confident. I feel like you're a very comfortable, confident person, and I feel like in a sense there's a real uplifted feeling about you. And even though you're going through things, I think that's your natural place in life, is to be confident and uplifted. And you uplift people, like I was saying, these people are quite wiggly and, trying to get your attention. I think this is the same for you. You're kind of one of those people that, when you're around in a group, you're really excited and you want to be part of everything. And people like your company. They like having you with them. And so in a sense, that's where my natural place is for you. That's where I feel your natural place is. And you said, oh, your sins, especially today, about them being around you. Oh, that's good. But anyway, I want to talk about you as you, and I need to sort of keep that bit going. But I've got a feeling there's a friend of yours who is like really trying to. She's almost like seeing something going on for you, and she's trying to help you, and she's trying to. I don't know. I think she's badly trying to do it in the sense where she's not getting through to you. She's not telling you. She's skirting around things, but the ultimate thing is that she's really trying to say that whatever's going on for you, she's there to listen and to help you. You know, and I think that you're kind of not open to that at the moment, and you're not open to sort of like telling people what's going on or whatever is going on for you emotionally. But I do feel like I do need a confidant, and I feel like somebody is trying to do that for you. And I just want to say that kind of openness is a nice thing. So I want you to just be aware that I've said that really. And if you know this, obviously you do know this person. And I've got a person with like soft ginger hair, soft ginger hair. That's the friend. And she's like, she's shy in real life, and I just think she's just really trying to be so kind, and it's nice to have people like that around me. And I just want to say, I don't know whether I want to give her a message as well, but I want to talk to her in the sense of like, just say how lovely it is that people try to sort of look after each other, and that's a very spiritual thing, and I think she's trying to do it, and she's not getting a point across that well. So I think I think of her, and I think it's a nice thing. Oh, Tony, I just really hope that everything goes well for you with that. But with the family communicating how they are, I want you to be aware that they're around, that they're trying to get in touch with you. And when you're sat quietly or dreaming, and you dream of them, it's almost like write them down and see if you can think who they are and what kind of relationship they are to you. And but I've got an aunt, as I said, that's the person that's coming over, and she's very like you. and in a way that I feel she's very like you in your demeanor and everything, and so you wouldn't have known her then. So it's difficult for me to tell you much about her, but I kind of want you to be aware of that because I'd say she's the person in the middle that's coming through to communicate with me, and I think she's the one that's trying to grab your attention at home. There's a lovely feeling around your house, a really feel of comfort there, and that lends itself to this communication, this kind of gathering. And so when you're sat quietly, I feel that you got your back to a window, and as you're sitting there with the back to the window, sometimes the light pours over your shoulder when you're sat quietly, and this is like a nice feeling of kind of the light that's shining around you. They just show me that in a sense where I feel that they're trying to I don't know, just to kind of give you this feeling of connection. It's a big important thing. I do feel that you feel unconnected, and I feel that this is why they're doing it to make you whole in a sense. So I'm gonna give you that. As I said whole, I just got a big bowl of hazelnuts. I don't know, it's because it's a song, not so hazelnuts. Ooh, Cadbury's take them and they put them into chocolate. But I wasn't thinking about that. But I was thinking about hazelnuts, and that time is gone now, where we used to go picking hazelnuts. It's like in the winter. But just know that I've said that hazelnuts is about putting things away. Uh, it's about putting things away for a time when you need it the most. So in the sense where I'm kind of gathering things and put them away in the winter time for the coldness, so I can enjoy life later on. So in a sense where they're saying about getting through this period and then enjoying everything that comes after that. So take their love and keep yourself open to their communication because I think they're trying to get to you directly. You'll probably see little glimpses of color around you as well because as I've got them with me, I feel that they're trying to show you through their presence, through this wiggly feeling around me, but also through the color and through light. So they're trying to show you that they're around you. And so God bless you and take their love. Thank you very much. And good luck with that. What's going on for you? It's still there for me, so I know that I know it's a kind of bit of a worry, really. Mm. There was an American. I've got to do some adverts soon, so I think I'll do the adverts now. If my lead is there, I could tell you the adverts. Okay, this is Divine Service. The Wimbledon Spiritualist Church is tomorrow morning from 11 o'clock. You can follow that on youtube.com and / Spiritual Psychics TV. So it's on YouTube live stream and Spiritual Psychics TV. So and I love the people at Wimbledon Church. They're part of, I'm part of the United Spiritualists, and it's a United Spiritualist Church. So it's a lovely church to be able to join up with. So have a look at the service tomorrow at 11 o'clock at the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. I've got a second one now for Polly Harnett, the trance demonstration, and that's also on Sunday, March the 13th from 7 p.m. UK time at SPTV UK. So that's Polly Harnett who's doing a trance demonstration. And if you've never seen trance before, it's really interesting. And sometimes, you can see people come through on that trance, but also it's just nice to see somebody connecting in a very deep way to spirit. So that's Polly Harnett doing trance demonstrations. And finally, the last advert I have is for the demonstration of mediumship, MBS Spiritual Psychics TV online. And this is Matt and Kirsty Grogan, Polly Harnett, and Bill Hughes. And this is on June the 11th. The doors open from 6:30 p.m. and there's free parking at Waterlooville Community Centre, PO7 7AY. I'm going to read that again. It's Waterlooville Community Centre, PO7 7AY. And it says it's next to Asda and the show starts at 7:30. So this is demonstration mediumship, and this is with Matt and Kirsty Grogan, Polly Harnett and Bill Hughes, and this is at June the 11th. So the doors open from 6:30 and the show starts at 7:30. So that's another amazing thing to go and see, and I know Bill Hughes's work, and it should be a lovely evening. So that's that. So get along to that demonstration if you can. It's always good to go and see live demonstrations because you can feel the energy and all the other things that go with it. Now I've written some more names down, so I'm going to go to one of them. And there was a woman from America called Melissa, and I'd like to join with Melissa if she's still online. Melissa. It's quite funny, really. Melissa, the name Melissa. It's reminds me of a very funny girl I used to know, Melissa, who wants to be a writer of like horror books, and her protagonist or her hero was Cheryl. Never quite got that, but she was hilarious. And so I want to go to Melissa. She reminds me of my friend. Is Melissa there? Melissa, are you still there? If not, I'll quickly move on. While we wait for Melissa, then I'll just go to Arlene. Got a question mark with Melissa. I want to go to Arlene. Arlene, is Arlene there? Arlene Clark, brilliant. Hello, Arlene. Arlene, I've got somebody coming from your mother's side, and I've got a really runny nose, and that's just it's a funny thing, really. But first thing I got was a gentleman coming from your mother's side of the family, and I got a runny nose straight away. So it's a funny thing. But anyway, I want to come to you, and as I come to you, I feel like I want to take a really deep breath, and I feel I just want to release something. Oh, I just want to release something. It's almost like I take a deep breath and like, right now I'm back in the room kind of feeling. This is what I feel like with you. I want to be back in the room. I want to be back in life again. I want to take a deep breath and be ready. There's a feeling that I've got a tightness in my shoulder, and I want to come to you with that tightness in my shoulder. And it's almost like when you feel like, when you're shouldering something, I want to talk about that. I want to like shouldering, not blame or anything like that, but just shouldering something. It's a saying, I guess. But I want to talk about that. But the man that I've got building up, it's quite a slight man, and he's got like a my bald head like me, really, but he's got a little bit more hair than me, and it's a little bit patchier than me, and so he's a slimmer person, and this would be your grandfather on your mother's side of the family. I want to go to him, really, and as it's coming, I feel like when I want to talk about the color of his skin is kind of like quite pale in a sense, and a little bit freckly, when he was younger. And I think the freckles went as he got older, but he's kind of showing me like that. And it's like, I want to talk about that paleness being in the family. And I want to talk about that with you. There's a link on that side of the family with you. And this thing where, like a redness, if you go out in the sun, you get red quite quick. And he did as well. So it was like, he's just showing me this. I don't know why he's showing me this, but he's not going on holiday or anything. But I want to just talk about how he is. He's kind of very interested in what's going on, interested in people and interested in things. And it showed me that he's quite crafty with his hands. He's like good at making things. I would say that he'd probably be able to put a watch together. If he broke a watch up and said to you, "Oh, I'll take that off. I'll take that part. I'll get that fixed up for you." He's almost one of those people that likes fiddling with things and getting things sorted out. But I think when he got older, I think that showed itself in the form of it's a bit like an Alzheimer's type thing, or dementia type thing, where people start doing things and then they forget what they're doing, and it's he just showed me that really. So he showed me in a sense where he kind of forgot what he was doing, and he would kind of, it was a symptom of what he was going through. Especially bikes. God bless you. But can you understand that he had that? This is something that people started noticing, that he wasn't finishing things, and he wasn't seeing what's going on for him. He wasn't fully aware, and I think that was I feel a bit of sadness with that really. So just want to say that, but like I don't want to dwell on that. I want to go back to the man that I've got about fixing things and fiddling with things and doing things, because I want to keep you busy, Arlene. I want to get you interested in doing things and interested in and kind of getting on with stuff, But I also feel that there's lots of stuff going on in your house or around you that need sorting out, His passion was driving. It's good. Yeah, I want to talk about like fixing things in your house, fixing things around you, and getting things to a place where it should be. It's almost like, I'm not saying that you've let things go or anything like that, but there's little jobs that need doing, and it's distracting. When you think about, I've got to paint this room, I've got to sort this out. It's kind of like you think, oh, that's all you think about. You forget about how lovely the flowers look, or how lovely everything else is. You just like go in the room and you think, oh, that needs doing, and it can just like annoy you to a point where it does me anyway. So I just want to say that that's the kind of thing that's going on, but I want to clear all those things out, so sort of like to give myself another kickstart really, to get going on something, to get going for yourself. And I feel like that's an important thing at the moment. There's something that I want to talk about with your father, grandfather rather. He's talking about father now. So is your father still here? So I want to, if your father's still here, he's obviously bringing an attention around your dad. So if he's not here, then I've also got him coming as well. But I feel that your father's still here, you know. Flower arranging and decorating. Well, it's funny I mentioned flowers because you didn't I? So it's like that's an interesting thing. I'm going to come back onto flowers because that's something that was brought up earlier today as well. So anyway, I want to just say that this attention being brought around your father's in spirit. There's a tension around your father at the moment, and I wonder whether it's because you're thinking of him at the moment, or your consciousness is around him, because I feel like I'm drawing him with me. Your grandfather's brought him in, and I feel like, or brought my attention to him, and I feel like it's almost like he is here. Whether you think of him as being here or what, but I do feel like there's a feeling where you're still very connected to your dad, and I want to talk about that really. So, can you understand why I'm saying that? Because in a sense, where we hold on to people, not in a bad way, but we hold on to people, and we don't really let them go in a sense. And in a way, it's like I want to say that's a good thing, that we hold on to the memories and things like that, and hold on to what they meant to us, because I think these two men are quite important to you. That both of them in their way are very important to you, and so they keep coming back. They keep being in your life, but your father's more in your life now. But I do feel like there's a concern from your grandfather that about your dad, and it's whether you kind of are aware of him, because I do feel that it's almost like part of him is left here. It's a weird thing. I can't really explain what I'm seeing, but I feel like that. There's like a feeling of like a headache I've got here coming with you as well, and I just want to mention that to you. But I just want to say that we don't want to let them go, in a sense we forget who they are or anything like that. But there's a sense really where we need to put them in a place where we can live with it, so that in a sense why I want to talk about that. Now I want you to talk about flowers, because you like flower arranging and things like that. And I love flowers, so I don't know if you can see it behind me is one of my flower paintings, big flower paintings. I was obsessed with flowers for a while, painting flowers and things like that. And so, flowers mean a lot to me, and colors of flowers mean a lot to me. And sometimes we can pick a flower, and in a sense, it infuses our imagination, and it infuses our kind of connection to spirit. So, in the past, I've done flower readings where somebody brings a flower, and I read the flower and talk about their life and things like that. But I want to say, like, the same with you, and how the flowers are for you is you collect emotions and people, So, like, if you put a bouquet together, you could put a bouquet of people together in a way. So you'd be a great party organizer, because that's in a sense how that works, So I think I feel like that's a good thing, And I do feel like how I'm kind of seeing things with you. It's like I kind of like all of that, but I like everything ready, everything in its place. So all these little niggling things I want to let go of, and I want to kind of put them to bed, and then I can get on with everything, So that's really what I wanted to say to you. Now, so take the love of your grandfather and take your love of your dad, and I know, well, I feel that it's quite raw at the moment. The feeling that I've got that there's still a great missing from him, and so just know that I've said that really, because I think that he's trying to convey to you how much he loves you. But I really want to end this on with you on the fact that I've got these lovely coloured flowers, and I want to give you reds and yellows and oranges, And the reason for those colours are: red is about strength, the orange is about a new learning and a feeling of something new in your life, and yellow is about your perception. So I wanted to give you those three things, almost like a little bunch of flowers from your dad. But this is like a feeling that you're strong and you're perceptive, and there's something that you're learning at the moment, and that's new for you. And so this is what he's bringing for you, and it's all tied up in a little bit of elastic. This is just to show that he's quite a simple person, and so that simple kind of gesture is much better for you, much better, and you would understand that more than something dressed up in a big piece of cellophane. So God bless you, and thanks for listening to me, Eileen, and take the love of your grandfather and your father. So I think it's a lovely thing. So thank you. So I've got some other people that they've sent me names of, and I like the name Izzy, and I want to go to Izzy. Now, is Izzy there? If not, I've got Izzy and Izzy Ryan. Izzy Ryan. I'm assuming Izzy is short for Isabel. If not, I don't know what it's short for, but if it's Izzy, I want to. I assume I'm speaking to a woman or a girl. So Izzy, I just thought as I kind of like linked into that, I kind of linked into a lovely feeling of connectivity that there's somebody that has lots of people around, lots of friends and people like that, and it's kind of like quite a bubbly feeling, you know. But behind all of that facade is Isabel. Did I say is what did I say? I know it doesn't matter. But anyway, behind that facade of bubbliness and being around a lot of people and all of that, there's a strength, there's a single-mindedness that I want to come to with you. That behind everything with you is there's a real feeling that you know I'm not an easy person. I'm quite a complicated person, and I've got quite an inner strength to me that watch out anybody that doesn't know that, because I think it's quite an important facet of your life, you know. And there's layers to you. There's lots of layers to you, and there's a feeling where I just feeling I love dressing up, and I love wearing like I don't know, like some kind of quirkiness. I've got quirky feeling about you. This is where you present yourself, and in a sense, it's like you create a kind of like a you almost like a confrontation thing. Like you know when I was a punk years ago, into punk rock and things like that. Sometimes we wear things just to annoy people. I know my mum would be like, "Get those safety pins out of your shirt. Stop ripping things up." And so to buy things and just rip them up and put them together because you know it was just a wind up really, but it was like for me it was like oh so fashionable and all that. So I just feel that there's the similarity about you, you know, about how things are for you. It's the way you present things, present yourself. And so I feel like with that, there's that side, and there's also inside that there's a different person altogether of somebody who's quite determined, and also somebody who, in a sense, keeps things back. You know, keeps things back. I wouldn't be surprised if you really liked reading and all of those kind of things. You know, things people forget really. People just flick through the internet now or whatever. They don't really read anymore. But I feel with you, I like a good book is like something quirky, something interesting, something dynamic, you know, something to kind of uplift me and to make me think, you know. And so this is with you. I want to say that you're a real good thinker about things, you know, that you think about how things are. And who have I got coming for you? I've got somebody from your mother's side of the family, and they're making me think that they're making me feel that they're very similar to you, how they think and feel and do. You know, they might have been totally different people to you, but in a sense, you're very similar in the way you are, um, the basics of you. You know, the two of you are quite linked like that. And I want to go back really to somebody who I would say it's your grandmother, but I would say if it's not her, it's her generation, you know? Good. That's exactly how I'm seeing you. Your solitude at times. Exactly how I'm seeing you. And so that this kind of feeling is linked to her. And in the sense where, you know, not being anybody's fool is a really important thing. And also kind of I feel like if I put my mind to it, I can achieve absolutely anything, you know. But what I want to come to you with, it's like I want to come to you with a change of direction, and it's almost like I want to find something for myself, which I really need to kind of find in a sense where I want to do a job or something which is kind of giving back, or to do something with other people, you know, because I feel like I've got more to give than this kind of frippery side. I would say I think I want to go do something very deep, you know. It's almost like I want to help people through their problems, you know. I want to help people through who are going through things, and be an ear for them, and to be somebody who kind of like finds them a way of getting out of something, because I think you're very good at being with people, but you're also very good at kind of finding out how to solve people's problems. And this is your nature, really, of where I feel that's where it's going for you. It's a very practical side to you, and I like it, and I like the fact that other people don't see that. I don't think, and I think that it's like it could be like a bit of a phenomenon like that, So I, I don't know. I just really I want to say that to you. Do you know something called Wynn? Wynn. Wynn. Could be a man or a woman. It's a Welsh name, isn't it? I want to just know I've said that name because it just got called in. Uh, so this is about you being. Which I meant to have future brain injury, but I miss helping other. Oh, that's exactly where. I mean, I was thinking. Drug and alcohol dependency, to be honest, where you were working, because I think that somehow you can see past all of the things people go through, and then your dynamic is to get them through that, and to sort of like see people in a different way. And I think not a lot of people have got that ability, and I do feel like that's really where you should be. So I'm just reiterating what you've just told me, but that's the feeling I was kind of feeling anyway. It's one of these things about strong people is that they're strong people, and there's no getting away from it. So whatever's going on, whatever, you know, um, what's going on for you, there will be a way back from that. There will be a way back where you can do the things, or somehow find something which will fulfill you. Because I think this is the whole crux of the thing, is this fulfillment, and being that, not what we've got on show, but what's inside. And I'm not surprised people open up to you. I'm not surprised at all, and I'm especially not surprised it's strangers, because this is when the nature of the person who's an open, healing person. Whether it's mind, we're saying mind, body, and spirit, but obviously yours is mind. So Izzy, thank you for sharing that with me, because I think there's such a place for people like you. And weirdly, I've worked in brain injury for 5 years, so I kind of seen people come in with things, and I've seen people develop and get out of something. And one of those amazing things about that is the fact is they take their own experiences with them. And so it makes them a stronger person, a stronger healing person. So oh, you're doing mediumship course and healing course. I'm not surprised that you're doing those things, because that's the nature of you. But leaving that aside, I'd also like to see Izzy, who's like the fun side that you present, because I think that's as uplifting as anything else. And that upliftment and that feeling of being, somebody who can facilitate somebody else's way out of things. I think that's you're an ideal person, and that's really what spirit are telling me. And I don't know you, and that's a very clear message from spirit to say that of who you are. A wonderful, wonderful healing person, and a wonderful person who can deal with the darker things in life. And we need people like that. And even though we've gone through dark things ourselves, and myself, I have been through dark things. One of the greater things about that is that we do bring our own experiences to that. And that's what you'll do. And I'll be 100% behind you. And good luck with your mediumship and healing. But, what a wonderful thing for you to do, to look after people. It's a lovely thing. And I bet you do miss it. But I bet they miss you more. So there'll still be other people later on down the road who'll be affected by you, and who'll be looked after and be part of your life. So God bless you. Thank you. And thank you for Spirit, because I know Spirit really love all of that. Thank you. I want to go to Ruth. I've got last person on this list that they sent me from StreamYard is Ruth. So I know I've only got a couple of minutes left, but I want to go to Ruth Townsend. Hi, Ruth. Hiya. I got a feeling with me. I got a man with me, and my voice is dropping, so I'm going a bit deeper, kind of feeling. Not that I'm going into trance or anything, but I feel like my voice has gone deeper, and I feel like there's somebody coming for you. And I don't feel it's a family thing. I feel like it's a friend, really, that's coming, and I've got this like strong, deeper voice with me, and so that's the thing I've got. Um, I just had somebody like walk behind me then, and I just want to say that there's a thing really where you get the chills, like like that. It's like chills of excitement, but sometimes when spirit comes, they kind of give you a little burst of something, so they know you're there, or you know they are there, and I kind of want to say that there's something goes on with you, where you feel like somebody walking with you or kind of with you at the moment. And this has happened, I would say, like 2 or 3 days ago. I feel like in my hallway, your hallway where you live, it's almost like I felt somebody come up behind me, and who's that? You know what I mean? And it's like in a sense that you've been thinking about it for the last couple of days, and it's almost like I've got a friend coming that wants to get in touch with you. And it's a kind of like seeing you in the hallway. I kind of feel like it's a lot of blue there, and that blue is all about vocalizing, and like sort of like how you're. Is anybody there, kind of thing? Are you there? I want to say that you kind of want to ask, is there who's there? Because I think that I think say it's me. It might jump out your skin, but it's like I do feel that there's somebody trying to get your attention in your hallway. So that's how it makes me feel. So anyway, that's it. But I do feel like I don't know whether you smell like a smell of like a floral smell when you go into your house, but there's like not like lavender, but it's also I do feel like someone's behind me. It was that 3 days ago because that's when it kind of occurs to me. That's when it was. But I want to smell something floral as well with it. It's almost like I kind of feel like I've got a sense of presence, but also a sense of smell about somebody. And it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't smell bad either. And it just makes me feel that somebody's coming and wanting to be with me. And that's how it is really. So this a thing that I think you've been calling out, you've been asking for, whether it's just somebody who's that you want to speak to, or whether there's somebody that you need at the moment. But I do smell lavender. That's lovely. So I do feel like that's the kind of thing where I've got somebody, you've been calling out for somebody, or you've been asking for something, and spirit are responding, and you're not really aware what to do next. It's almost like, is anybody there? Yes, there is. And what do I do now? So it's kind of like that thing. I wanted to just say to you that that's the thing. You've been asking for them. And you know what? How do we sort of deal with that then? Well, we kind of like do it through sitting and meditating and thinking about what we're doing. You know, mum and dad-in-law, keep trying to connect with them. I'd rather you were trying to connect with them because I think sometimes it's better if you do it yourself because they're coming for you. So in a sense like that, I want to come to your stomach. I've got like a kind of agitation in my stomach. You know, it feels like when you're hungry and you think, oh, you know what, I'm starving, and you just don't realize it. So then it's that kind of feeling. It's like a little kind of blump feeling in my stomach, and I know that I'm not hungry. I just want to come to you with that. So I want to say that these feelings, um, that empty feeling, like hungry feeling, is sometimes the way that our psychic ability sometimes affects our stomach area. And it's like we try to open up, we try to think about things, we try to psychically be aware of something, And really what it is, we need to just open that up. We need to concentrate on that. And so I'm just going to give you a little thing where, when we meditate like that, we can think of like a buttery yellow, a nice like nurturing color, and that can often start the process, so you feel that in your belly. That's interesting. So this will start the process, and so you can sit there quietly and say, who is it? Start writing down things when you wake up in the morning. If you've got dreams, write them down, and suddenly things will start becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. And that's how to kind of deal with it, really. But I wouldn't really involve other people, because this is your own journey, and I feel that it's your journey, and other people may cloud that then. So I do feel that, but I feel it's a friend. I feel that you got a friend coming. you know I feel that it's somebody that you knew, and it's almost like I want to go back to when you were at school and there was somebody there, and there was like a friendship there, and I think that's the kind of person that I've got coming for me to sit with me. And the smell of lavender, the feeling of lavender, lavender's the color lavender is a very spiritual color, and the sense of lavender lifts you up right up into your sacred, the sacred area, the third eye area. So in a sense where I'm kind of feeling psychically, but I don't want to feel psychically, I want to feel spiritually, and the spiritual thing is really where it's at. And so with that, you've asked for something, somebody's come in, you know, and they're giving you this feeling, the smells, the colors, and everything, and they're opening up your spiritual third eye. And in a sense, I want to kind of think about that more than I think about the yellow. But lavender and yellow are two fantastic colors that work together. And obviously, in mediumship, they're very important colors, because sometimes the psychic and the spiritual, when they're linked, are very powerful. So know that. And if you can think of this person from school, a friend of yours, have a think about them, because I feel that's where they're coming from. This it's somebody who knows you, somebody who kind of like wouldn't frighten you or anything like that, but it's somebody who is trying to connect with you because you've asked them to. You've been talking, in a sense, inviting. So there you go. You ask them to come, they're here. What do you do now? You try and find out who they are, and you try to find out why they're there, and you do that for yourself, and try not to. It's interesting when other people get involved, but in a sense, it's your own journey, and I'd rather you add your journey. It's more important than other people's journey. So thank you, Ruth. That's a nice way to end the evening. And so I'd like to thank everybody that's watched tonight, and who maybe watch it on catch up, what have you. And thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing this hour with me. And God bless you. And as we walk through the coming week, I ask you to kind of feel quite uplifted, and know that when spirit come to us, the same it did with Ruth, they come to us, they come to you. You don't always need a medium. Sometimes you just need to open yourself up and talk to friends, family, loved ones, people that shared your path before, and they're coming to walk your path with you. God bless you. Thanks for watching.